Hello, YouTube. Hello. Welcome back, guys. I'm back. I know it's been a minute. I've been cooking. Okay, it's the end of the year, and we're winding up things. And I have an amazing video coming up today for you. But before that, okay, let me introduce the special lady that's sitting next to me. She's coming with a gang sign. Gang. She's coming with
That's what
with a gang
we're about.
sign.
That's what we're about.
Okay, so guys, I have a special friend of mine that's joining me for this special video, okay? Because I needed support, we're gonna have an amazing conversation. Okay, so I have Pontsho here. Pontsho.
Hey,
How you doing?
hey. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
This has been a long time coming. I'm gonna try for all I have not to laugh because this
You're gonna laugh.
This is hilarious.
You're gonna laugh. By the way, okay, I don't know where I should start with introducing you and our background, how we know each other, but I just want to say this. Pontsho and I were supposed to start a podcast.
Together.
Okay?
Yes.
That's how we actually reunited, like proper meeting up with each other. We're supposed to start a podcast. She called me up. She had a camera, not this phone that I'm using, and things went south. But we're not gonna get into that.
No, not today.
Not today.
Maybe another time. Maybe.
Maybe.
Depending. If you guys like me, tell her to bring me back and I will come back.
Okay, so Pontsho, should we pop we've got Pontsho came with some bubbly, guys. I don't know what she's trying to do.
I did. What's this without something to fuel the conversation? Get little petrol, guys. Get little petrol to fuel the conversation. So
Okay, conversation.
no,
It's okay.
let's. I think actually, then just pop it. Pop
Okay.
it. So that we can just get things going.
Let's pop it, and then Pontsho's gonna give you a little bit of how we met and how we know each other. Okay, so but let's pop. Let's. You're not going happy. Okay. This always happens, guys.
Oh, I am so afraid of
This
eating.
always happens. Woo! Okay, for my guests.
Thank you. Wait, I said I wanted to have a little sweet. Do I have something to just? Because I'm sure pizza. I don't do pizza things.
No. Kiki.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's nice.
Okay.
It's really
I've
nice.
never had this before. I don't have my champagne glasses are broken, guys. So guys, galela game.
Galela.
So this is I'm not trying to market anybody, but this is some Chardonnay Pinot Noir, sparkling wine of South Africa.
I'm glad you're the one that said
Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Cheers. Amazing conversation. You gotta look at me in the eye.
Yes.
Cheers.
So, cheers to an amazing conversation.
Absolutely.
This is gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
I have been waiting for this moment for a very, very long time.
Interesting. Definitely Chardonnay.
What's the difference?
How
Chardonnay? Clearly,
not on camera.
It's okay for starters. Now I don't do bitter, so obviously I'm always going to go towards your rosés. But once we say
Pinot Noir. Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Sparkling.
Okay,
my friend. Tell the people, how do we know each other?
so me and you went to school together.
Okay. High school. Okay.
We went to high school together.
Here.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, man, that's kind of silly. So we went to high school together, but we weren't. We just went to school together.
I don't even remember you then.
Ooh, baby.
No, I know you played netball.
I did. I was good. That was awesome.
Yes.
But
Same
why?
time.
No.
Goal attack.
No, it was.
But I know, I can see you with a pen.
You were part of Homonat. You were part of SRC. Were you part of that committee?
You want to know, I was supposed to be, but I was cut because I got a space cake.
You lie.
We were on some other thing.
You lie. No, man, you had your own committee. Weren't you part of the committee?
No.
You headed up some committee.
My leadership ambitions were cut off by being a pusher of drugs in high school.
That's what the
teachers.
Facebook happened.
Mm.
And then I saw you on Facebook, and you were doing your makeup thing. You were doing the whole concealer, shaping the eyebrows with concealer. And I remember I had a little organization, a little thing for young girls called Girl Go Make It Happen. And it had little, like, different aspects of what makes up a young girl. And I had different people that would come and talk to each aspect. And one of those aspects was the outer appearance. And because I was following you on Facebook and I was seeing what you were doing, looking all pretty, I was like, like, I wanted it to be practical as well. So I wanted you to actually kind of remember. I wanted you to please come with your makeup kit and actually show them how to shape. You did. You came with pencils. I had a helper. Her name was Lulu.
My memory, guys.
And after that, me and her went and got the brush. We didn't know about brushes and all of those things. Yeah, so you took us through the whole process. So that was when we then kind of connected.
I must say, okay, the makeup. I haven't explained this to you guys or told you guys, but I do makeup. I'm a makeup artist. It's a side hustle that I do. It's a passion of mine. And I don't think there's been anybody that has supported my hustle more than this lady over here. Besides, Nanje as a client, and she will insist on paying, and like, I will pay for this makeup, even if it's like $100, I'll pay. I must pay.
Yes.
She really believes. Also, one thing I love about her, she really believes in, entrepreneurship and in pushing people. She will push you. She will push you if she believes in you. She will push you and she will connect you with people. And like, let's all go up. Let's
because
elevate.
that's what it's about. Right? That's what it's about. It's always been like that for me. And I always support but closer to me. I don't believe in going to support someone that is far away. There's someone that actually does the same thing here. So I already knew. You then took the whole makeup thing and made it like a proper side hustle.
And one of the reasons, I saw how you guys believed in me.
And then I was doing MC a lot. And then every time I would be called to come and MC, I would need to look proper. And I'd be like, let me call Karabo. And then you would come and judge me up, make me look all pretty. What else? So we worked together for some of my gigs. Oh, and then obviously if there was anyone that was looking for a makeup artist, I would just hook you up. And then you came to my house.
Because,
how did that happen?
Okay. I don't know, because we used to talk. Okay. So, at some point, Pontsho and I got close via WhatsApp. We started talking. We would talk about personal things.
We did.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how we
have deep. I'll get to it. We used to have deep conversations about very interesting topics via family, relationships, marriage, etc. Okay. As young 30-year-olds we're both in our 30s, and we would have very interesting conversations. And what I figured very early about Pontsho, which I didn't know about, her personality back in high school and all of that. But what I figured, she was interested in the same type of topics or conversations that I was interested in. And so we'd have like voice notes, what do you think about this? And I'm like,
we would pop wine virtually.
Exactly.
Right.
And then one day she came up with an idea of, you actually, I think, initiated the idea of the podcast. Or you wanted to do the podcast. I think so. And then how I came to your house, we were supposed to actually test out the first episode.
Really?
Yeah, and we never did. We got drunk.
We did. We just sat there and we talked.
We just talked for hours until maybe 4 a.m.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. So this is it. I suppose this is us testing. Finally, like years later.
And you're my first guest. So this is really like...
It had to happen.
It had to happen. So we are here. And I remember us talking about, actually I don't want to say emotional, but it just brings some sort of emotions when I think about it, how we actually wanted to have this family orientated type of podcast, cooking in the background, kids playing in the background. You remember? Now you remember.
I remember.
We had a camera, but a lot happened.
A lot.
After that. A lot happened.
A lot.
Okay, and we're here now. We're gonna get into it. But so that's it. And from my side, I think Pontsho has summed it up in terms of our journey, how we got here today, and she is. Oh, hang on. Let me show you something.
Oh, okay.
This year on my birthday, there's a show. Pontsho gifted me with this.
Because tattoos.
First ever tattoo.
When are you getting the second one?
Very soon. I don't know when, but clearly maybe on my birthday. Actually, I think I
Yeah. No. Tell me about it.
But Pontsho gifted me with, it's one of the most special gifts I've ever received in my entire life. It's permanent. I'll never not think of you when I see this.
And for me, it was, look, tattoos have always been special. I have a few myself. And when you post it, I have a few. When I get more. And then when you post it on one of your statuses, it's something that you would want for your birthday. I was like, why not? You know, let me give you the first experience. Hence, I'm asking if you're going to have another one, because I hope that the first experience wasn't.
No. I want to have a sleeve now.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Are you there?
I'm there.
Okay.
You created a monster. So anyway, we're gonna just get into the conversation right now, and I hope you do enjoy. You wanna hit me with the questions since I didn't answer them, I didn't post them. She's here. We're getting deep into the questions. Okay.
So there were a few.
Okay.
Right. And there were different aspects. They was about different things.
Yeah.
But there was one in particular. And that is what we are going to hopefully elaborate on. What this video is about is that one particular question. I want to tell you why I'm asking you this question, because it comes from it comes from somewhere. It comes from somewhere.
Hey.
Okay, the first question. No, I'll come back to where it comes from, because this conversation is one that we had a long time ago, and then
2017, 2016, somewhere
there. And then your thinking around it changed. Absolutely. And I suppose that's why I asked that question, because of where you are in your life right now. And I wanted to then see, because I'm a sucker for fluidity. Like, I love the fact that people can change. You're not rigid. We're not rigid.
Okay.
You can think or subscribe to something today, and it's okay if next week or next year you don't subscribe to it anymore. But I think you don't subscribe to this anymore. I think. And
I've told you that.
Yes.
At 4 a.m. in your house, I told you that.
Did.
I did.
I want to know.
And she keeps asking me. So my question is, I told her. So why does she keep asking me? But anyway, what's the question?
Okay. The question is.
But also, where does it come from? You said.
Okay.
Oh, you want to get to the question?
Let me first start off where it comes from. So, a couple of years back, me and you were at we're at a particular point in both our lives.
We were both married.
We were both married.
We are both divorced. We're not.
Yes. So yeah. And we were both married.
Very tricky marriages.
Very tricky marriages.
I speak for myself, so yeah.
I think we both know.
I didn't know you were. I didn't know if you knew. I don't know. I can't remember how much we divulged about our marriages and what was happening and if we were happy or not. But I know that I was definitely on my way out.
I was still in.
You were very... Yeah.
Although things were happening, but I was still in.
I left before her.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
I paved the way. Woo, I must not say this on tape because somebody would look and say, I said so.
It's very likely. It's very likely. But anyway, so when this conversation started, I don't even know why. In the I had gone on holiday. And something happened. More holiday, yeah. As to why you were the person I thought I could talk to about it, I don't know. Because it's not like I knew you were doing. Anyway, I came back from holiday. And something had happened on holiday, and I shared it with you. And then that conversation, that what I shared with you, grew into us talking about monogamy and non-monogamy.
Yeah.
And this is where this conversation, this is what this conversation is going to be about.
There's a lot of things that are unsaid in between. Yes. Detail. Yes. I don't think we can get into it. You don't want to get into it.
I could, but it could be long.
Okay.
Maybe another time. If you guys want to see this again, and if you want us to,
you'll be back.
Okay.
You definitely be back.
Okay. Yeah. So this is what it's about, and that I asked you. The question that I asked you when you said we must ask you questions was, let's see. How did you? Excuse me.
Yeah.
How did you, or are you deciding not to cheat on your current partner?
That was my reaction when I read it.
Okay. I think there's another one. And then the last was
the current partner is in the background.
Yes, current partner is
Okay, he can't hear us.
He can't hear us, which is good. Okay. So my question to you was, how did you decide? I don't know if you're okay. If you're not, you can edit it out. I don't know if you're okay with me saying with your previous partner you cheated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But with this particular one, as far as I know, you're not.
No.
And my question then to you was, how are you choosing not to? Considering this is something that you've done, that you can do, clearly you can do it, right?
But it's a question about so the first question is about why am I not cheating?
How are you deciding not to? What is it that's making you decide I'm not going to do it?
Something came into me that, maybe I think I'm polyamorous. Okay?
Please explain what that is.
Okay. Polyamorous is, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I know you correct me in the comments. But it's a woman having multiple male partners, or multiple partners, a woman having multiple partners.
It's specifically a woman.
Yes.
So a man can be
So you'll be polygamous.
Oh.
So the man actually having multiple wives.
It's polygamous.
So as a woman, if I had multiple men, that would be polyamorous. Polyamory.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Or is it polyandry? I think I'm talking about polyandry.
Poly something.
But polyamorous is having open love. The bottom line is me feeling like, I feel like I'm in this situation, I'm not happy, and I have found, some bits of joy and happiness outside of this partnership that I have with this one person. And I didn't want the partnership to end, but I thought, and I proposed it,
I remember.
I proposed and I said, how about, we open this relationship and we open it. I mean, I think at that point I was married for maybe about 7 or 8 years. It was really quite long, and there was a lot of stuff that have happened. In retrospect, not happy, not fulfilled with a lot of stuff. So
the question now is, now that you're here.
So now that I'm here, so I'm explaining that because the context was I was not happy.
Okay. And
I was getting bits and pieces of joy and happiness outside. And I thought, maybe that's a solution for living. I honestly believed I was polyamorous. I believed you can actually love, because I still loved him, I still cared about him, and I still valued, what we had. But I felt like, here's some joy here, here's some joy here, here's some joy here. And how can we make it ethical and open that so I don't have to hide it? I didn't like the cheating, I didn't like the affairs, I didn't like the hurting people. But I honestly felt, but we couldn't really have a very open discussion where I could say to him, I've actually met someone. I never got to that point. I would propose what do you think about 1, 2, 3, 4? And he would say, no, I don't like it. But anyway, I left that marriage because I knew that it was not, I have always known that it was not going to last, and I was not meant to be there. I'll get into it another day. So here, when I met my current partner, and I said this to you at some point, I said, you get to a point where you're like somebody that actually ticks your boxes,
Yes.
your personal boxes and your fulfillment, and you are just also personally, as an individual, you're so fulfilled with yourself, you're so happy with yourself that you don't actually need all these extra things and whatnot. And it got me thinking, like, okay, actually, because when you think of polyandry and polyamory and all of that, it's ethical relationshiping, open relationshiping.
Yes.
It's not cheating.
No.
The thing about cheating has this thrill. Cheating has like those joys and happiness, they come from the fact that you are lying to people, you are ducking and diving.
So the thrill is
You
there.
are living this roller coaster life.
So the
That
thrill is there.
The thrill is there. So now, I didn't need the thrill anymore in my life. I had come to a point of peace. I'd come to a point of I'm happy with myself, and I found somebody that actually. The thing is, previously in my previous relationship, we didn't, according to me, we're not totally compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And in this relationship, there was a certain level of compatibility where I could be myself, my true self, and I could be, my happy, excitable, jovial self without having to find all those things from
from other people.
External people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and that's what
You
made
get it.
you. I do absolutely, and this is what that's what made you move away from thinking that you need other people besides the current partner that you have. Question now: do you feel?
Definitely answer a question.
I think it's going to be. I'm gonna have to add on more questions.
Let me, before you, please hold on to that question. I wanted to also say another thing that I realized after my ex: cheating is very traumatic. If you cheat on someone, it's all hunky dory. It's all roller coaster. Hey, but when I got to my senses and I started just being myself and reflecting, I realized how much pain I actually caused someone
because of it.
Absolutely.
Okay. And
I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be party to any of that.
So this is where I currently am right now. So I've never I'm currently in where I am in my life right now is that I don't believe in monogamy.
Yes.
Okay. So I subscribe to non-monogamy. And there's been
You want it all.
Yes. And there's a couple of reasons and there's factors that have I think what this is not because a lot of people about watching this video are going to say, yeah, no, it's because the relationship ended, therefore this comes from a place of hurt, this comes from a place of whatever. People are going to make their own assumptions as to where this comes from.
But we have had this discussion
and
way long.
And that is why I wanted to come back to it because even while I was married, this is something, just like you did, this is something that came up. And the reason it came up is because I believed, and you spoke a lot about cheating, or cheating hurts. I believe of all the partners that I've ever been with, the one in Ikimunyezi and previous relationships that I've had before I got married, is that none of these people, I can only think of one, but none of these people ever cheated on me. He's not even worthy of being mentioned. He's not worthy. None of these people ever cheated on me because they wanted to hurt me.
Okay.
So none of them ever did it with the intention of wanting to say, I want to hurt her.
So what were their intentions?
That's where people just wanted other things. I don't believe that one person can be restricted to loving one person now and forever. And that while you're loving me, you are only allowed to love me.
But if they loved you, isn't cheating deception? Isn't cheating, it has, there's possibilities of hurting you emotionally, physically, financially, sexually, etc., etc. It's a sense of it's a form of abuse in itself. So whether a person has an intent. You know, here's the thing about like a thing like if we call it a crime, you can have a crime without intent, but it's still a crime. You can have a crime with intent. It makes it a bigger crime, right? Just
But it's
in
still
law,
a crime.
it's still a crime.
Okay.
But even without intent, they will say in court, you're over 18. You knew what you were doing. It's still a crime. So we'll take you to jail because you knew that it was illegal. It was wrong for you to do that.
Now,
so
monogamy.
You're just holding on the intention.
No. The thing is, with this, I want us to actually differentiate monogamy or non-monogamy and cheating.
Okay.
Because now if I come up, because there's ethical non-monogamy, where someone says, an ethical, that I love the ethical part of it because I will let you know upfront.
Yeah.
I'm interested in you. I like you, and I see there's a mutual interest between the two of us. However, know that I don't subscribe to us having one-on-one relationship. If someone else has interest in me, I'm going to entertain that too. And if you are interested in someone else, I'm okay with that. As long as whatever it is that we have it still fulfills the both of us. What you do outside of our relationship, I really don't care. Luena,
you don't care?
Maybe I don't care is bland. I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind is better, yes. I really don't mind. What you do outside of our relationship, I don't mind. As long as what we have is still like we are still happy with what we have. Okay. So, and this is where I come from with this whole thing. And maybe it's because now maybe I got the rough end of the stick, I don't know. But I've never been exposed to any relationship in my life where the person or the people were committed to each other and just each other. Ever. I'm talking about friends, family, colleagues, people that I know.
So is it so by that you then feel like you have to assimilate to what's happening? No. What about your true intent? What about your true?
I've realized sort of this is not it's not
natural.
I'm scared to say that.
No, you can. I mean, you can say whatever you wanna say.
Yeah, it's not natural. Hori mutu arate. I have actually compared it to friendships. Just because you're my friend and we love each other doesn't mean Hori and I need to be your friend alone. Why then do we then move it on to romantic relationships? Hori, because how feelings, how I feel about you as a friend. I cannot contain to say you're only allowed to love me. So why is love then when it comes when it's romantic, then we subject ourselves to saying you are not allowed to love anybody else. You're only allowed to love me.
By the way, let me just put it out there that I used to be a big advocate of polyamorous, polyandry, open love. And I actually went to the point of educating myself and exploring, with people that are actually ethically polyamorous and seeing how they actually live. And the reality, not all the nice things, they're the vibes, I can now be with John, Peter, without being caught out or anything like that, and with the perks and everything. There's also the responsibilities and the accountability. There's also the negatives that go with it.
Absolutely.
And I went through that journey and exposed myself to a lot of that lifestyle and met amazing people that are genuinely polyamorous. They could never be in a monogamous relationship, and I got it. And I personally, and I'll get to you now, I realized that it's absolutely, I could never build a life. I have this vision of myself where I want to be with someone, a partner, a sexual partner, right? Love partner, romantic, whatever you call it. And I want us to evolve and have a family, and I want us to build this family and to actually do something and have this family, our lives impacting society at large. I don't see, and I've said this in the video that I actually recorded. I said, one of the things I realized, I don't see this myself having that same type of energy with everybody. I'm very big on serious relationships. I don't like shallow, surface type of things.
And you don't think you could have something like that, but with different people?
I don't have the capacity for it. Because relationships are damn serious. Relationships are a lot. Relationships are quite.
They are.
They are quite taxing. They need a lot of work. You meet someone, and this person has, their past. They've got their past traumas. There's so much unlayering and unpacking with people, with a single person. And I realized I don't have the capacity to do it with multiple people.
You don't have to have capacity to do it with multiple people. Who says the multiple relationships all need to be serious and deep?
Hey, I'm deep.
Okay.
I know myself.
So because
if you ask my partner, like, I'm very deep. You know me. I'm very deep. And
so you can't have something like in all relationships, in all connections that you have, it needs to go deep.
I cannot even think of starting, like, opening myself up to another person. I cannot even imagine that. Like, one thing about me, even with sexually, I've never had a sexual relationship with someone that I never opened up myself to.
Okay.
Okay, I've had, like, here and there, little things here and there.
Okay.
And that's like the worst thing for me. It's disgusting. Like, for me, it's like, and when I say it's disgusting, I mean for me.
That's how I like that.
Exactly. And I absolutely get that people can actually find it pleasurable and fulfilling and whatnot, having casual sexual relationships. Casual sex is absolutely not for me.
Okay.
I've had it. It's absolutely to the point where when I actually stopped it, 2019 was my year, the beginning of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I feel like eroded. Every time I have to open up myself to someone, I feel like I don't, like, my value. I'm the kind of person that actually puts value. And if the thing is very shallow and casual, I don't get any value from it. Okay. I'm the kind of person that would have a sneaky link and I want to be, like, in your life and catch feelings. I will catch feelings. I will want to know about when your birthday is and get you a present. I'm deep. I'm that type of person.
But with that said, and you know,
and I cannot do that with everybody.
No, who keep it there name.
Keep looking at the present. And I'm like, be intentional about it. I'm intentional about the people that are in my life. And
I get you.
I cannot be like that. Mama, guys, being with multiple people is interesting and it's nice and it's juicy. But you get to a point in your life where you're like, personally, let me be honest. It worked for me at that point. I could have, listen, I don't regret any of it. I regret the pain and hurt that I caused other people, right? But I don't regret the whatever experience that I got from it. But at the end of it, I said, and I remember even praying about it. I said, God, I don't want any of this. I want to actually be by myself. And not because of, like, I feel I was judgmental of myself, or it was some moral thing. It was just like, I don't like this. I don't enjoy it.
So it was just something that was not for you.
No.
One of the bullying that I wanted to quickly jump on, but I thought, let me just let you go. So
that for her, I love it. But anyway, so you remembered
what
the point that you wanted to make?
I think so. I'm gonna try. It's also playing a role in this.
Really, probably.
I was. What was I gonna say? I was gonna talk about. I can't remember again.
This is what you wanted.
Is it sweet?
Nectar. I can prove it.
Yes.
You know about the nectar.
Yes.
Nectar. Anything that says nectar is sweet.
Can I see? This is exactly what I wanted.
This is like Cornet nectar.
And it's alcohol percentage.
And this is so much.
We should have started Kyle. Okay, but it's nice. Cheers. Go.
I learned as we continue.
So I keep losing what I was going to say, but I think I remember. Yes, I remember. So what I have experienced, ne, and maybe like I think my last point was that maybe I got the short end of the stick, is that I just don't know if it's possible for a person to love one person, and the reason I don't know it as a possibility is because of what I've been exposed to, and hence I love the fact that I know where I am in my life right now, but I'm not stuck there, and I'm not saying if you ask me about this, if we talk about this next year, I'm still gonna be here. Chances are I won't be, and I'm okay with that. But where I am right now is that my experience in life and the people around me is that people just don't love one person at a time. And we have called that cheating because we have what's the way to explain it? Society has said we can only love one person at a time, and because that's what we grew up knowing, that's what it is. If you don't conform to that, then you are cheating. However, with me and where I am right now is that, like I had said in the beginning, I don't think my ex-husband or any of my other partners ever cheated on me because they intentionally wanted to hurt me.
Did they love you in that moment?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I having experienced, look, there's a lot.
So what do you think it was?
It's layered. If it's not okay, let's talk about what if it's not love. What else could it be?
Because you never had a moment where you're like, I can be with other people. So there was a deception. Can we agree that there was a deception?
In me thinking that I want to be with other people.
No, let's say your partner cheated on you. It was not. You said it's not that he didn't love you. Was it a deception?
It was. And I like what you're saying there, because before the stuff that happened, I was also devoted and I only wanted to be with them. Until I realized that, Linda, then if maybe the deception there would have been a person doesn't fulfill something, doesn't give me something, and then I find it with someone else. But this is where I'm also coming. The expectation of my current partner is going to give me this thing that I want all the time from now going forward, ever and ever.
It's possible, my sister,
that this person is going to service this need of mine.
It's work.
From now going forward, forever and ever.
Also, realizing that you've got other things you're doing with your life. Your life is not just relationship, service of relationship.
Of course, a major part of it is though.
What do you want? So okay, I don't know if I'm derailing you. The reason why I asked you why, if you said I don't think my partner wanted to. It's very nice. It is. It's the crony version of words.
It is.
Yeah. Nectar, night nectar. And you said your partner, you don't believe your partner intentionally wanted to hurt you. But then I asked you, was it a deception? Was it a deception? You said yes, it was a deception because you never actually agreed to him having other people in your life.
No, absolutely.
Because we were devoted to this thing.
We have both agreed that it's going to be the two of us.
Until such a point that you're like, Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that is my problem. And that is literally the realization. And I honestly believe that you're going to get that realization in the future. You are in the process. You may not get what I'm saying, because had somebody said that to me, I would have said, whatever. You don't know what I mean. I'm even surprised in myself that I actually don't believe in polyamory anymore.
I'm surprised.
You're surprised.
I am very surprised.
Exactly. And I'm also surprised. And not that surprised anymore, because I'm like, no, in it. So here's the thing. Your way of living, how you find, like, outside of your partner and everything, you need to have a vision of how you want your life to be. You understand? So you need to have, like, outside of what anybody does to you, you need to understand what life is.
To me.
Exactly. What happiness is, what fulfillment is. Outside of your past traumas, you need to be able to be aware of okay, that was caused by a trauma.
Mm-hmm.
That's a trauma response.
Do you think this is
Possibly. I personally believe that.
all of what is happening right now?
And I feel like you're responding well. Continue. Until you don't need it anymore.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
Because because you said I was committed to the monogamy until I realized nobody. I remember saying to myself, I looked at even the elders, my mother is divorced, my aunt and my uncle, my pinnacle, my idol. I know things have popped up there. And maybe one person. And let me tell you,
find even one here.
let me tell you, also it matters who you associate with. One of my closest friends right now in my life, you know this thing of attraction. I'm very close to someone that we became close like in the last year. Right? After that time I came to your house, we became close with a friend of mine. Avid advocate of monogamy and family, and the husband, he is absolutely monogamous.
You need to be
absolutely. And he can.
I wish to meet and
the reason is very simple, which is understandable to me because I'm also there. It's like I don't need it. I also don't have the time where I have other things that I'm doing with my life. I don't need it.
I'm definitely, and it's probably because of where I am mentally. I am not attracting those type of people.
So when I got to it, and I remember that our conversation at 4 a.m., I was very resolute, and I was still like learning that I was still. It was still me transitioning. Okay, and now I had said to myself, despite what my partner does.
It's not about them.
It's not about them.
I remember.
I want to be in a. I'm very deep about Black love. I'm very deep about Black families. I'm very deep about how society is supposed to be. And when I say I'm very deep about it, I mean it. It's something that really it causes certain, I don't know, in my emotions, in my spirit. It's almost like a purpose.
I get you, and I get it. To be honest, I get it even when you post about it, and I can sense it.
It doesn't mean that I don't get tempted. Like I don't find other people attractive. But like I don't see how that's going to, how even if I could try, even if it can never get as far as I've been in my previous life, it would never because I don't.
But Karabo,
I am absolutely. I understand. Let me explain why. I understand that relationship is work, and here's the thing about a good relationship: when you have two people that are very intentional about relationship and actually going into the same direction, which maybe you were not with your previous partner, with your husband, with your ex-husband. Maybe you were not on the same. You understand?
I don't see how not we were, but the only thing is that he just. Maybe he had a lot of love to give. Excuse me.
Where?
I don't know, but yes, to me and a whole other people. Outside of us having other partners, never as a team. You've been with us. You've been.
I think your breakup with your husband, it caused for me low key a heartbreak.
it caused a heartbreak for a lot of people.
Because you were like, guys, you were like, Black love, Black family. And I wanted you guys to be really well. Contrary to what he thinks, but I really wanted you guys to be well.
We were okay, but... No, I was in my marriage. Like any other relationship was.
So,
but
yeah.
It wasn't that...
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. But... What I had given the opportunity with other people involved. And that's the thing. Now, at that point, the realization of given us as a couple the opportunity to actually love other people, maybe it would have saved our relationship. I'm thinking about that now.
Hey, exactly what I thought.
I'm
That was
thinking about
me.
it now. I've actually been thinking about it. And what made me then get a stamp and sign and seal it and say actually this would actually work for a lot of people is that then I got out of my relationship and then I got into other relationships that are very meaningful because I'm still in those relationships. Very meaningful relationships. Right?
Interesting. Pause.